Race number 5 of the 2015 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series brings us here under the lights, the Charlotte Motor Speedway for tonight's North Carolina Education Lottery 250. We hit a lot of 24 laps of racing to continue All-Star Weekend, and it's the Truck Boys going at it for 24 laps of racing. On the front row, former series champion James Busher in the Gunbroker.com Chevrolet he'll be leading the 32 truck field down to the green flag. On the outside of the front row is the rookie in the number 29 of Austin Terrio. And then Terrio's teammate Tyler Reddick on the inside of row number 2, alongside the rookie, the number 23 of Spencer Gallagher. And then Cup veteran Casey Kane, who will be running in tomorrow's All-Star race, running for $1 million. He will roll off 5th on the grid for Dale Jr.'s 00 team. And then a couple of rookies behind and beside Casey Kane is Cameron Haley, Matt Tiff, Daniel Hemrick, Mason Mingus, and Ben Kennedy. Yes, Matt Tiff driving the 51 truck this weekend after Daniel Suarez has been driving that truck for the first 4 races of the year. Timothy Peters, as you see now with your championship standings, Timothy Peters has a 2-point lead on John West Townley in the championship standings. Peters won last weekend at Kansas, which got him the point lead. And then you see Tyler Reddick right there in third in points. Only 3 points behind Timothy Peters. James Busher and Eric Jones, your top 5. Gallagher, Crafton, Haley, Boston, and Kennedy still not far behind. Then Johnny Sauter and Daniel Hemrick, your top 12. That is how the championship standings look as of right now after 4 of 23 races. That is all for the pre-race news. Now let's check out your starting grid for today's North Carolina Education Lottery 250. Okay, the trucks have been fired up, the engines are fired up, and we are now rolling onto the track. James Busher and Austin Terrio, your front row. Let's get you up to speed on what's new in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. This morning in qualifying, Matt Crafton in this 88 truck was not able to pass qualifying pre-inspection, so Crafton was not able to put a time in qualifying. Because of that, Crafton will be rolling off last on the grid. And now you see the number 6 of Norm Benning slow on the apron, so possibly a mechanical problem already for the number 6 of Norm Benning. Also, Wendell Savis is driving the 1 for Make Motorsports after he was released from his ride at Premium Motorsports. Premium Motorsports is the number 94 truck. This weekend they have gotten their Cup star Brendan Gaughan driving for them this weekend, a Truck Series veteran who knows how to get it done in the series. Brendan Gaughan, he'll be running this weekend's race along with the race at Dover in 2 weeks. Let's see, we got the number 40 this weekend driven by Todd Peck, Tyler Tanner aboard the number 63, Matt Tiff in the 51, Joe Nemechek in the number 8, David Gillen 92. But up front, James Busher and Austin Terrio, your front row. The fans are on their feet, and we are underway here at Charlotte. In the inside lane gets a pretty good jump on Terrio. Busher and Reddick clears Terrio as they enter turn number 1. Gallagher's able to switch lanes. He moves to the bottom of the track on the inside of the 29. Coming off turn 2, down the back straightaway, down the 19 of Reddick, right on the rear end of the 31 of James Busher. Pushing him into turn 3. Then Gallagher and Casey Kane moving on the inside. As they come out of turn number 4, the complete lap number 1, looks like everything is pretty good, and it looks like everything is under control as you see the number 6 of Norm Benning still on pit road. Tyler Reddick down to the inside. We got three wide back here, Sauter, Mingus, and Kennedy. And right up against the wall is the 4 of Eric Jones. Johnny Sauter trying to get his first championship after he's been running in the series 4 times since 2009. Right now 11th in the standings. Right behind the 14, rookie Daniel Hemrick. And now to the inside for the lead, Tyler Reddick trying to get around the 31 of Busher. And he has Cup veteran Casey King behind him. And if anybody can go to victory lane here at Charlotte, you know Casey Kane can get it done. Few All-Star win. He has an All-Star win. Sorry about that. He has a All-Star win here at Charlotte, also with a couple of Coca-Cola 600 wins here as well. And he is now in second behind Tyler Reddick. James Busher falls back to third, Spencer Gallagher fourth, and Austin Terrio, your top five. Ben Kennedy now sixth, Matt Tiff, Johnny Sauter, Timothy Peters, and Cameron Haley. Remember at the top of the show we said Matt Crafton had to start at the rear of the field due to qualifying problems. Well, Matt Crafton has been able to work his way up now to the 25th spot, make that 24th now for that 88 truck. The two-time Running Series champion has a long way to go to get his second win of the year. Next truck to get to would be the 08 of Corbin Forrester and the 94 of Brendan Gaughan. And the top three has pulled away from the field. Leading down into turn 3, James Busher got passed by Tyler Reddick and Casey Kane, but he has not let them get away. Right there, pushing Casey Kane. He's pushing Tyler Reddick. Now to the inside comes James Busher in the 31. Trying to get the runner-up spot once again on the inside lane, but Casey Kane trying to find any momentum and speed on the outside lane to stay in front of the Gunbroker Chevrolet. As they battle for second place, Tyler Reddick sees an opportunity now to pull away. And remember, in the sprint showdown we saw earlier today, the outside lane was really more easier to hang in with instead of the inside lane. We saw drivers get on the inside trying to pass another truck, or actually another car, and just could not get it done there on the inside lane. Each time the car on the outside was able to get the run off turn 2 or turn 4, and they would be able to keep that spot, and that's really what helped Ricky Stenhouse Jr. win the sprint showdown, and what helped Clint Boyer advance to the All-Star race as well. Got a little tongue-tied with that, saying all that. As we are now 8 laps into the race, not far ahead of Tyler Reddick is the first truck to be lapped is Norm Benning. He's already 2 laps down after problems before we went green. In front of Norm Benning is Todd Peck and Jennifer Jo Cobb. As we are now 16 laps to go here at Charlotte, let's get you up to speed with how the trucks are running as we give you a full field rundown with Tyler Reddick as your leader. Second place is Casey Kane, and third is James Bush, who pretty much already covered that. And now, actually, right before we go any further, you saw at the top of your screen they are catching Norm Benning very, very quickly. And we're going to just see if Norm is going to let these guys battle it out. Oh, they go up the track. Here comes Casey Kane on the inside. He turns Tyler Reddick up in the outside wall. He saves it. Reddick gets loose, but Kane to the inside now. Battling for the lead. Casey Kane look at the run Timothy Peters and Johnny Sauter have. And they bring Eric Jones and Ben Kennedy in the battle for the lead. Now Kane trying to get to the inside of Norm Benning as they come off turn 2. And Benning refusing to get out of the way. Kane has the opportunity on the inside. He'll move by and he'll get rid away. Casey Kane, James Busher follows him. Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, and they make contact. Benning gets sideways. Reddick comes down into Ben Kennedy. They save it. Lasauter and Matt Tiff gets hold up behind the 6 of Norm Benning. Benning falls a third lap down, but up front, we have Todd Peck and Jennifer Jo Cobb. Well, now let's give a full field rundown. Casey Kane, James Busher, Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, and now Spencer Gallagher. Your top 5. Tyler Reddick is now 6th. Ben Kennedy, Cameron Haley, Mason Mingus, and Justin Boston. Outside Polson of Austin Terrio is now 11th. John West Townley, Matt Tiff, Travis Quapple, and Joe Nemechek. David Gillen, Johnny Sauter all the way back in 17th. Ray Black Jr., Tyler Young, and Brandon Jones. And we are now under the yellow flag. And I'm possibly pretty sure that it had to be caused by the 6th of Norm Benning, who was not wanting to get out of the way. Matt Kraft is now 21st. That is a great opportunity for Matt to catch up and possibly do something now. And we're going to go and see what happened to bring out the caution flag. I'm guessing it had to be caused by Norm Benning, who was just refusing to get out of the way. Let's see. Right here, Norm Benning, yeah, he got in the outside wall, collected a 14 and the 98. Daniel Hamrick and Johnny Sauter. And there goes Hemrick around, Benning, and Daniel 12th in the standings. Has already had a rough start of his rookie year for NTS Motorsports. Doesn't look like he'll get any better tonight as of right now. All 32 trucks are on pit road getting service, and the first truck off looks like it will be the 31 of Busher. Ooh, Casey Kane almost got him at the line. I believe he did as well. So Casey Kane looks like he will be a leader. And James Busher with that number 1 pit stall, he gets second. Eric Jones, Timothy Peters, and Gallagher your top 5. John West Townley, Cameron Haley, Matt Tiff, Ben Kennedy, and Justin Boston. Then Joe Nemechek, Johnny Sauter, Ray Black, Travis Quapple, and Mason Mingus. David Gilliland, Matt Crafton, he picked up a couple of spots. He's now 17th. Tyler Young, Corbin Forster, and Cody Ware. The first 20 trucks off pit lane. Time to go back green here with 9 laps remaining at Charlotte. In 2 weeks, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will be racing at the Monster Mile, the Dover International Raceway, along with the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. I'll be in 2 weeks at Dover. Race number 6 of the year. Casey Kane will not be in that race. Cole Custer will be driving the 00 at Dover. James Busher second. Eric Jones, Timothy Peters, and Spencer Gallagher. We already went through the top 20. Matt Crafton 17th now. Tyler Reddick, who was started up front, led the first part of the race. Reddick is now 21st after a slow pit stop. Tyler Tanner, Todd Peck, Jordan Anderson, Brandon Jones, your Martinsville winner. Wendell Savis, Brendan Gunn, Austin Terrio, Jennifer Jo Cobb, and Ryan Ellis. Daniel Hemrick is the last truck on the lead lap, trying to see if he can get any more spots in the closing 9 laps. Casey Kane hang on and get his first truck win of the year. Green flag comes back out, 9 to go from Charlotte. Bushy went to the outside lane, trying to see if he can get a run on the 00 of Kane on the outside lane. He stays in second. Now he falls in the clutches of the 4 of Eric Jones on the inside. And Jones, he looks like he will clear him off turn 2. He moves up in second place in the 4. Timothy Peters now not only to the inside of the 31 of Busher, he looks to the inside of the number 4. We have a wreck in the back. That's the 1 of Wendell Savis. He got turned by somebody off turn 2 as they race back to the line. Oh, Eric Jones to the inside. He blocked Timothy Peters, but it's Casey Kane at the line. And watch out, Peters and Jones is going to get turned by Peters. Oh, they save it though. So the caution comes out with the number 1 Make Motorsports entry. Wendell Savis behind the wheel. And looks like Wendell is going to get turned by who? Austin Terrio in the 29. You can tell Terrio was much quicker, and he just ran over the number 1 of Savis, who was not really sure how he was in front of the 29. But that will give us about maybe 5 laps, maybe 6 laps of racing left. Casey Kane is your race leader. Time to go back green with 4 laps of racing to go. 1 truck came down pit road. That was the number 19 of Tyler Reddick. He will restart 31st in the 19. By Casey Kane, Eric Jones, Timothy Peters, James Busher, and Spencer Gallagher. And give a call to the number 05 John West Townley, who has not really had a great truck this weekend. Did not really have the speed. He is somehow in 6th place with Cameron Haley, Ben Kennedy, Matt Tiff, and Justin Boston. Johnny Sauter, Joe Nemechek, Ray Black Jr., Mason Mingus, and Travis Quapple. Matt Crafton, David Gilliland, Tyler Young, Corbin Forster, and Cody Ware. Then Tanner, Anderson, Gunn, Cobb, Peck, Hemrick, Brandon Jones, Terrio, Ryan Ellis, and Savis. Reddick in 31st. The remaining is 3 laps down and 32nd. Can we stay green for the final 4 laps? If another caution comes out, we'll race back to the line. Green flag is back out in the air. Timothy Peters to the outside of Eric Jones, but Busher goes to the inside of the 17. Now John West Townley trying to get inside the top 5 in the 05. Now Bush on the back bumper of the 4 of Eric Jones. See, all these trucks are much quicker than guys like Todd Peck and Norm Benning, and old Ryan Ellis is going to get turned by Chavis. And Henry comes down pit road right when the 28 just about got turned. Now James Bush is the inside of Eric Jones. Bush and Jones battle for second place. Neither one has been in victory lane yet this season. Peters won last weekend at Kansas. Bush runs Peters up the track. Peters trying to get some momentum on the outside lane, and Jones is coming down pit road, so is Townley. A lot of trucks coming down pit road as a lot of trucks stay out. Like Casey Kane, one of the guys who was able to stay out. He's now your leader. Spencer Gallagher, Cameron Haley, Timothy Peters, and James Bush are your top 5. And it looks like another race, a lot of underfunded trucks are going to get good finishes because of all these cautions and all this pit stuff that goes on. But Ray Black gets put on the outside while Justin Boston gets collected. And more trucks come down pit road. Casey Kane is not one of them. He stays out another lap. On the last lap, Casey Kane, Gallagher, and Haley, your top 3. Can they make it on fuel? On an economy run, Casey Kane, does he have enough gasoline to make it to the finish line? Down in turn 3. He'll get his weekend off on a high note. Running for $1 million tomorrow night, but he gets the win. Casey Kane wins the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. Kane, your winner in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And he gets Junior Motorsports their first win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series as well. And give a call to Spencer Gallagher, a career best for the number 23. Second place, Cameron Haley, third. Mason Mingus getting a top 5 finish in that 15, and it looks like Matt Crafton, after starting last today, Matt Crafton will be getting a top 5 finish in the 88. Travis Quapple getting a top 10 finish. Joe Nemechek getting a top 10. Corbin Forster getting a top 10. Unbelievable runs out of some of these guys back here. And it looks like Daniel Hamrick will finish 31st, and Norm Benning will finish last in 32nd. Alright, so here are your final results here at Charlotte. After what was a run to the finish on gasoline, Casey Kane had enough fuel, and he is your winner here today at Charlotte. Spencer Gallagher, Cameron Haley, Mason Mingus, and Matt Crafton, your top 5. Joe Nemechek, Travis Quapple, David Gillen, Tyler Young, and Corbin Forster have gotten top 10 finishes after some of our leaders were not able to make it on field, like Matt Tiff and Kennedy and Townley and Jones and Boston and Sauter and Busher and Peters. So now we got guys like Forster, Young, Cody Ware, Anderson, Tanner getting top 15 finishes. Somehow they made it on fuel. But now, in 2 weeks, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will be live at Dover. But tomorrow night, it is the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series 2015 Sprint All-Star Race. So we'll see you there tomorrow night. Congrats to Casey Kane on his 4th career win in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.